Good evening, short story writers. Going to wrap it up tonight with keys. And these aren't the metaphorical kind, but they're not the physical kind either. They're the keys to codes, to puzzles. Going to look a bit more in depth than we did before. So, again, the usual questions need to be asked when you are looking at this. How could I think in terms of the solution to a puzzle or an enigma? I'm using puzzle to mean any kind of situation where, like in, say, Indiana Jones, X marks the spot type of situations, you've got to do all the clues and then you've got the key to the puzzle. Once you can say the answer, you can give the riddle an answer, you can fill in the crossword puzzle, whatever it is, there's something to be gained. But for your story to be a little more interesting, or to have a story in the first place, then you have to establish what is the problem. Is the key the solution to the problem, or does the key become a problem all of its own? In other words, what if somebody has been misled and given misinformation, or I think they call it disinformation, don't they? Where you're given the wrong data, and maybe this is a way of finding a mole in an organization. They want to know who this is going to be passed on to. That would be one. Another would be where there's a problem with the problem solver. They're making assumptions when they really shouldn't, and they jump to a wrong conclusion. And then it could be that the solution is like a code that's sent to your phone in order to access bank details or whatever. It's time sensitive and it's out of date, and you've got no way of getting a new one because maybe your phone battery's died, whatever. That would be one thing where the code itself becomes a problem. The other would be where the straightforward, no matter what genre you are writing, if you're using this is the solution, you would need to state your own problem, which could be any of the scenarios I've just mentioned. A key being sent so that you can start an account online of some description. It doesn't have to be a bank account. It could be membership of a site, membership of an organization. It could be the key, obviously, to tap in a secret number to get in a lock, and that could not only be numerical or alphanumerical combination. It could be a fingerprint, it could be eyes, but why not extend that? How about pheromones? How about breath? I know, pretty gross, but you've got to stretch the imagination here. How about facial recognition, and you've undergone, or you're not you, obviously your main character's undergone some sort of an accident and has a swollen eye or a bloodshot eye, which is causing the software to malfunction. What else is this? Sight, sound. It has to go on voice recognition, but you've got a sore throat, so it doesn't recognize your voice. Hearing, you have to hear a certain pitch, and maybe your character is impersonating someone who has higher, more pipistrelle bat-like hearing than your main character does, and therefore cannot hear the instructions being relayed in beeps, beep, 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 beep. But you get the idea. That would be a way of incorporating a key into a storyline here. And then puzzles, X marks the spot type puzzles. There's a big prize to be won for a jigsaw or a Sudoku puzzle or something, or it's a world championship. And or the key is a strategy to win a certain type of game, and there's stuff riding on it, sort of a Willy Wonka type of scenario. The hero wants to go and get a grand tour around somewhere or other. And then winning the prize could be a whole new set of problems, couldn't it? So there it is. That is today's idea. How can you use it? Well, literary genre, take it literally. Person's got a lot riding on solving this problem, solving this puzzle. Science fiction, it's the stuff of science fiction, is find the code. And it's the stuff of gaming as well. Find the code, go to the next level. And ditto with horror and fantasy. If the protagonist can get the code together, then he or she can meet the evil entity or the fantasy entity. And again, as with science fiction, codes are the stuff of action and thriller novels and short stories, so there shouldn't be any difficulty in sorting that lot out. Yeah. So I guess the question is, what is the matrix? And the answer is, who knows? All right, 6:22 came in rather fast. Tomorrow's Friday, last one of the week. Don't know, but I think we're probably going to have to start some Christmassy stuff, aren't we? Because only like 8 days away. So, as usual, give it a thumbs up if you found this in any way useful at all, and give it a thumbs down if you thought it was the worst advice, the worst short story idea you have ever heard, apart from some of my other ones maybe, and if they didn't apply to you, because I think they're all fantastic, obviously. And until tomorrow, happy writing.